The Bank of Industry (BOI) is Nigeria's oldest and most successful development finance bank. It was reconstructed in 2001 out of the Nigerian Industrial Development Bank (NIDB) that was incorporated in 1964. At inception, the bank's share capital was £2 million. The International Finance Corporation, which produced its first chief executive officer, held 74% of its equity, along with other domestic and foreign private investors. The bank's current authorized share capital is $2 billion. In pursuit of its mandate, the institution has intensified its collaboration with many domestic and foreign development partners in the public and private sectors. They include member agencies of the United Nations, the Commerce Department of the United States government, international, regional, and national development finance institutions, as well as the Dangote Group in Nigeria. Accordingly, BOI has embarked on a number of initiatives designed to facilitate the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals in Nigeria and the country's development aspirations. Consequently, the bank's investment portfolio has been expanded mainly in favor of micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, in view of their higher multiplier effects per unit of investment. A gender department was established to address the requirements of women entrepreneurs. In order to deepen the developmental impact of assisted projects, the bank has continued to accord priority to industries that utilize local raw materials and enterprises that have high export potentials, as well as ventures with high employment generating capacity, and those that promote linkages between MSMEs and large businesses, such as multinational corporations. In the same vein, BOI recently established a microfinance bank.
When you're dealing with a small, medium-scale company, the problems that they encounter are so numerous. We're going to try, as a bank, to be more empathetic to the problems that are facing the industrialists, but to try to work around the problems they face. More than 80% of our loan portfolio is going to go there.
The Bank of Industry's average financial and operational performance confirms that enterprise profitability and development could be complementary. Through homegrown reforms, BOI has built a strong, dynamic, and flexible development finance institution, DFI, responsive to the needs of entrepreneurs in Nigeria. These results are consistent with the performance of the top in-class development finance institutions across the world. Features of BOI's paradigm shift include deepening the bank's credit delivery process by lending to specially formed cooperative groups. These cooperatives, of mainly women and youths, are funded by BOI under a collective guarantee arrangement. The Bank of Industry also established a microfinance bank. Under this initiative, BOI visited Bangladesh to study that country's model operated by Grameen and BRAC banks.
Because of seeing what BRAC had done, we started doing our cooperatives, which we've done about 30 cooperatives all over Nigeria. Then we got also a microfinance bank. We thought if we could get BRAC to collaborate with us, to make us see how they've done it, that we would make a change, a real difference to the lives of people.
The Bank of Industries, over the last 3 years, have been so keen that BRAC comes to this country and work in this country to try and improve the poor people's livelihood and lives.
Collaborating with domestic and foreign development partners for the mobilization of financial and technical assistance is another major element of the paradigm shift. In this regard, the bank, along with the Commerce Department of the United States of America, organize entrepreneurial development workshops in 16 states and hosts the African Growth and Opportunities Act Agua Resource Center in Nigeria. The capacity building initiatives led to the establishment of equally financed small business development funds with 9 states of the Federation. There are ongoing negotiations with other states.
Our own objective is to bring out more entrepreneurs, more small businesses to grow. So every year we'll try to see what we can bring out of this kind of interaction and make networking possible for our own local entrepreneurs here with those who have international experience.
Under its advocacy program, the bank campaigns for policies, schemes, and projects targeted at improving the business environment. They include the Industrial Park and Cluster initiatives. 5 years after the launch of the paradigm shift, BOI has continued to witness unprecedented expansion in its credit operations without compromising the quality of its investments, while posting impressive financial returns. The cumulative value of fresh loans and investments rose by 1,066% from 9.8 billion naira to 114.3 billion naira between 2005 and 2010. The percentage of its annual lending to MSMEs reached 96% within the same period. The bank's efficiency also improved remarkably. The portfolio at risk declined from 65% in 2005 to less than 21% in 2010. The industry average in Nigeria is 32.8%. BOI's group profit before tax also peaked at 2.578 billion naira in 2010, compared with 105.360 million naira in 2005, which represents a 2,355% increase over the same period. The development effectiveness of BOI's operations has been remarkable, as cumulative jobs created have exceeded 1 million. These achievements resulted in BOI's appointment as manager of many development initiatives by public, private, and international agencies. Amongst them is the United Nations Development Programme's $4 million access to renewable energy project in Nigeria.
The bank's partnership with UNDP, and I would add with the rest of the UN system, to bring together a high-level coalition of key energy, power, and finance professionals and institutions, government departments, businesses, and other stakeholders remain one of the best ways to jumpstart active activities that will deliver a sustainable energy future for Nigeria.
And recently, the federal government facilitated the approval of a $500 million line of credit for small and medium enterprises to the Bank of Industry by the African Development Bank. This process similarly led to the launch of 5 billion naira BOI Dangote Small Business Development Fund.
We are committed to further investing additional $7.5 billion in subsequent phases based on the successful takeoff of this phase 1.
These are in addition to the 16 initiatives that BOI was earlier appointed to manage. They include small business funds totaling almost 3 billion naira in 8 states, the Central Bank of Nigeria's 500 billion naira intervention fund, the 100 billion naira cotton, textile and garment industries revival scheme, and the 10 billion naira rice processing fund. BOI's success story has been attributed to a number of factors, such as sound management and resourceful personnel that were recruited through highly competitive processes and corporate stability. For instance, it has had 2 MDs, CEOs in 10 years, both of whom had strong commercial banking and private sector pedigrees. There have also been 3 boards of directors within the same period. The present 9-member board comprises the chief executive, 2 executive directors, 4 institutional representatives, and only 2 political appointees, one of whom is the chairman.
Under our watch, professionalism will remain the emphasis. The bank will continue The bank will continue to strive for the best and only what is best for Nigeria.
As a service delivery organization, the Bank of Industry invests heavily in capacity building. That includes constant exposure of its directors, management, and staff to global best practices. It recently engaged a team from the Queen's University of Canada to conduct an intensive course for its staff.
Growing businesses is very critical for us if we have to industrialize this country. So that is why we decided to bring resource persons from Queen's University in Canada, and indeed a number of other external resource organizations across the world to come to Nigeria and train our officers.
Based on these outstanding performances, BOI was voted the best development bank in Africa in 2007 by the African Banker magazine, published in the United Kingdom. BOI's leadership and staff are irrevocably committed to the institution and its mandate, and are forging ahead with the task of nation building in highly enterprising ways that have continued to earn the institution accolades.
I've seen the passion, the interest you have, the commitment, the zeal to make a difference. And I feel honored, I feel proud that we have people like you who are committed to drive the economy of this country. I extend my appreciation to other staff of the Bank of Industry that are not here.
You have a market others don't have. 140 million people. 140 million people. Some of us complain that we are too small. You are not small. God gave you natural conditions that others will be jealous of. We want to convert waste in Ebonyi State to power, because it's been done in Asia. This is not magic. In Asia, they're using pig and cow dung, big installations, to generate power now, methane. In Ebonyi, you know it better than me, the stacks are high, almost like 3-story building. We know in Asia, they convert this to biomass for energy generation. We need Bank of Industry to give these people now to say, fine, with energy, we give you tools as well to increase your rice production, so you feed Nigeria.
15 value chains that I represent that came here to Nigeria, we were actually looking at how we can do business in the West. But there was that worry that how will the April elections go, and everybody was on a wait-and-see approach. I mean, we've had a very smooth transition of civil government from one to the other, which in this part of the world has been a challenge in a few years, 20 years ago. But right now, this has demonstrated that Nigeria is open for business, and yes, there is civil obedience, and everything is possible in this part of the world.